Hey there, everybody. This is Mike from the One Stop Co-op Shop, and I hope you are ready to watch some solo cooperative hidden movement play, because I'm going to be playing the solo co-op mode, which is app-enabled for Mind Management, which is a hidden movement game with a competitive mode as well. And I hope you're also ready to watch Mike be completely terrible and lose, because I am bad at this game, but I still enjoy it trying to win. And quick disclaimer, by the way, that I got a review copy of this one, and it's also the deluxe version of the game, so if you buy the retail version, you might get some different components and things. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also watch our separate streaming channel for even more great content, listen to our podcast with 1 or 2 episodes every week, or join the conversations and the great community at our Discord. So again, Mind Management is a hidden movement game, and it has both competitive play, which does not require anything except the game, and also solo cooperative play that uses an app. One side in the competitive game is going to be playing these 4 rogue agents who are trying to shut down the psychically enabled mind management agent who's trying to, control the world or something. It's got, this whole comic that goes with things. I think it's based on a graphic novel or comic series. I don't really know what the theme is entirely, but psychic powers and craziness. And meanwhile, the mind management agent is using these possessed immortals to help them recruit people. Basically, if the game goes on too long, if this little time track goes to the top, or if the mind management agent recruits too many of these little black tokens between them and their immortals, they win the game. If we can find them and capture them in their crazy hidden movement around the board, we win. And the basic idea of the turn structure is the mind management agent will move 1 space per turn, generally in an orthogonal direction, but that will be hidden, of course, and then every 2 turns they'll reveal how many new recruits they got, which is based on them visiting certain features. They start the game with 3 different features that are kind of like their assigned ones. And if they can visit spaces on the board that have those features, then they get recruits for doing so. They can also move immortals every turn, and the immortals will have their own features from the deck, and if they can get 2 immortals on the same feature at the same time, they recruit somebody. And those are the core rules for the mind management side, with 2 wrinkles. For all players of mind management and the rogue agents, you can move diagonally onto or off of one of these little Buddha statues in the board, which switches up the possible movement options a little bit more. And also, once per game, or twice if they can pick up the extra token on the board, the mind management agent can use a mind slip, which is going to send them either 2 spaces in orthogonal direction or 2 in a diagonal direction, depending on which mind agent you are against. Now, on the rogue agent turn, after each time the mind management agent moves and does their immortal thing, 2 of the 4 rogue agents will activate and then flip over to show they've gone. And on their turn, they can take an action, but before or after their action, they can move up to 2 orthogonal spaces, again going diagonally with the statues. The actions are to capture the mind management agent if they think they're on their exact space. If they are correct, they win the game. They can also ask the mind management agent to reveal for one of the 2 features on the space they're on. Like here, you've got the little purple eyeball and these little, go-kart things. You can ask them, hey, have you ever been on any of those in any of your movement? And for whichever single feature they asked about, the agent is required to use one of these foot tokens and say, yes, I was on this one at some point in my movement, for example. Although any features that have immortals on them are locked down and can't be asked about. Like I couldn't ask about the purple eyes if there was immortal there. Another action is to reveal one of these step tokens. If you're in the space with it, you can ask the mind management agent to write the exact turn that they moved there, which can give you a better picture of where they might be. These little mental note tokens can also be placed at other times in the game just to kind of help you track when you asked about things, but you are limited to the number of components in the game. So you need to take away some clues if you want to write down others. And the green side is what's called a confirmed mental note. That's when you've revealed a step and you know 100% for sure that the mind management agent was in that space on this particular time. And these, by the way, use a dry erase marker. So far in my plays, it's been pretty easy to write on them and erase again. And the final action for the rogue agents is called a shakedown. They have to be in a space with an immortal. And first they get to name a feature, and if that is one of the 3 features that the mind management started with, it gets discarded and they can no longer recruit using that feature. And then additionally, they can push the immortal 1 space orthogonally, for example, to get them away from recruiting for their own feature card, or to get them off something so another player can ask about it. And finally, each of the rogue agents has a special power. Henry Lime stops immortals from recruiting anybody if they're in a space orthogonally adjacent to him or in his own space. Meru can, as their action for the turn, use Psychic Crosshairs, and the Mind Management Agent needs to say if they are currently within 2 spaces of her orthogonally. Bill Falls can, as a free action on his turn, move an adjacent immortal 1 space. And finally, Dusty Cat is a free action as well. Move any of the agents 1 space, plus 1 more space for each of the feature cards we've discovered for the Mind Management Recruiter. That's basically everything, except we are going to start with some of these little blocking walls out. And except for the little Mind Slip teleport, nobody, Immortals, or my agents, or the Mind Management agent can cross over those. And I mentioned the app, it's pretty straightforward. It's going to walk you through everything, and it lets you put the red Mayhem tokens down randomly. It's going to tell you where Immortals go. I won't really be showing the app very much, but just know that it's kind of like handling everything on the mind management side and keeping track of how close we are to losing, all that kind of stuff. And just to say clearly one last time before we start, I am trash at this game, so don't watch my play and think this is representative. Just know that I'm doing my best. All right, the app has told me where to set up the Immortals and the Mayhem. It also tells me that in the first 5 turns for the Mind Management Recruiter, they have found 3 recruits out of the 12 they need to win the game, which might be useful information as I narrow down where they've been and try to figure out what features they might have. Now I need to place my 4 agents, and they can be on any outskirts spaces. I put the 2 that interact with Immortals closer to them. And just to know, because this might bother some players, you do have to actually click on the app and tell them where your people are. They handle everything else, but they need to kind of keep track of where your agents are. And finally, I put down a second Mind Slip token. If the Mind Management Recruiter moves through that space, they get it, but I don't know they've gotten until they use it again. And the Immortals always have 2 cards that will allow them to recruit randomly. We've got the Wish Fountains and the Collective Mind Pools, a lot of water, which does eliminate those 2 as possibilities for the Mind Management Recruiters 3, but they still have a ton of cards, so I don't really know what's going on yet. All right, now the Mind Management Recruiter takes another action, a 6th turn. They won't reveal if they've recruited anybody on that action until the 7th turn. And they also move one of their Immortals, who can move orthogonally and diagonally onto one of these Wish Pools. But they need 2 Immortals on the same feature matching their card to recruit somebody. So we're safe until, I guess, that guy goes onto that Wish Pool. Yeah, that seems to be the next one they would like to do if I can somehow prevent it. And now I get to take 2 actions with my rogue agents. Again, I can move up to 2 spaces with the ones I'm activating before or after they take their action. And what the hey, I really have no idea what to do yet, so I'm going to move Bill Falls 2 spaces. And then as a free action, I'm going to move this Immortal over onto the Buddha, because then they can't get down to the Wish Fountain, and I don't think they can have 2 Immortals in the same space. So that should protect us from getting them getting a recruit next turn. Now for my actual action, usually I'm going to be asking a lot, so I can ask about these little Buddhist monks, or I can ask about these bomb C4-enabled assassination dogs, I think they are. And again, at this point, I don't really know much, so, I guess the Immortals are on the monks, so I guess I have to ask about the dogs. Because again, any feature that Immortals are present on, like the Buddhist monks right here, is prevented for asking. And oh, would you look at this? The app tells me, blip, that apparently our friend, the Mind Management Recruiter, has been to that exact spot in one of their first 6 moves. We don't know when, but we can use these little tokens to track things whenever we like. So I'm going to put down that I guess it's 6 there to remind me that it was within the first 6 turns. Now, on a future turn, one of us on the step token can use our action to reveal the exact time they were there, which I'll probably want to do. But yeah, that was pretty awesome and lucky. All right, so let's see. They've been somewhere within this general area. Maybe I have Henry Lime move over. He'll be orthogonally adjacent to Immortal number 3 and stop them from recruiting as well. And then I can ask about, birds, maybe? I mean, there's this bird. There's that bird. There's that bird. So yeah, there's a lot of birds they could have gone to from that space over there. So sure, let's try it. And I'm asking about the reconnaissance parrots. Have you been to one? Ooh, and they have. This is luckier than I usually have on my first few guesses. Now, sadly, these guys are flipped since they've activated, but ooh, if I can get, Mario on my next turn can go up there and ask exactly when he was there, and hopefully it'll be later, and I'll know, a really good idea of which path they took. But now we go to 7. He's moved again, and this Immortal's moving here. Oh, going for the pool. That makes sense, because this one's next to a pool, and that one's next to a pool, so it'll be tough for me to stop them. Oh, man, even without the Immortals, they recruited 2 more people. So they've got 5 out of their 12 to win, which also tells me, though, that of their 3 cards, they've hit 5 of the spots. And I think each of the features has 5 on the board. So there's 15 possibles they could go to, and they've gone to 5 of them. Now, will that help me much? I guess once I get a better idea of where they might have gone, I can try to narrow down what they've done. All right, so now I have to activate Meru and Dusty this turn, but after they've gone, I'll get kind of free reign to do what I want. I still like my plan to move Meru up here and use the reveal action to find out exactly when this foot was taken. Ooh, it was round 5. They are right next to her. I mean, trust me, that doesn't mean much. I will probably still lose, but I'm feeling pretty cool because, I mean, geez, 4, 3, 2. Oh, by the way, they cannot ever go onto the same space again. So 4, 3, 2, 1 seems highly likely. In fact, I don't think it's possible. Well, I guess they could have gone like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and maybe used the Buddha for like a little diagonal move. Or could they have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Okay, so yeah, they literally, since we know they didn't use their mind slip because they have to tell us when they do that, we know with, I think, absolute certainty. Wait, unless they went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so pretty certain that they were up in here. And they had already recruited 3 people by the time they got to 5. So what do they have a lot of in here? Well, I guess 3 could have just been 1 of each type, so I don't narrow it down a lot. Well, they do have fountain here, so like they passed by some birds. And then they got 2 more between 6 and 7. There's definitely some dogs. There's definitely some buses. What else is doubled up here? I mean, I don't know what their first move was from, but there's tiki heads if they went like 6, 7. There's like these little pink things, so they could have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that would have gotten them another one. All right, so I'm narrowing things down a little bit, right? That was Meru. Where's Dusty gonna go? I want to ask about. I'm tempted to like run onto an immortal and do the shakedown and maybe knock out one of the cards they might have. Because if, for example, they have like assassination dogs or the little like pink thing, then I'm pretty sure that they might have gone like there for 6. Although would they want to go into like, I mean, I guess whether they wanted to go into a corner or not, they are in one. If I was them, I probably would have gone like 6, 7, right? Because you don't want to get trapped. Although they can just mind jump up there, and they're like right near the other mind slip. So here's what I think I want to do. I think I want to ask about pools. Because if they did go up here, I mean, they could have gone onto the booth itself, but they might have gone to the pool here. Or I might find out that they started on a pool. I don't know. Maybe I should ask. No, I don't want to ask about the field because they'll just say that they were there, and I already know that. If I ask about attack dogs, they can't say a place they've already been. So if I ask about attack dogs, then I will like certainly find out if they went here. But again, I think it's less likely they did. All right, sure, whatever. Let's ask about pools. So Dusty's going to use it as a free action to move himself an extra space and then go here. Oh, wait, I can't ask about pools because they're on a pool. Darn it. Which makes me think it's even more likely that they... Maybe I do a shakedown with Dusty and ask if pool is one of their... No, that's right. We know that they don't have pools. The Immortals have pools. What am I talking about? Witness the brilliance that is Mike not knowing what the heck he's doing. All right, forget it. I'm going over here. I'm shaking down this guy. Let's just see what happens. And I got a feeling that they went here and they have the like fields of whatever this is. You asked the Immortal if the recruiter is looking for new recruits at Ida Garden, and they are not. Darn it! All right, so we know that is not theirs. Okay. Which makes me think like maybe slightly less likely they went that way, and slightly more likely they went down towards like the dogs. Maybe cut around here. I don't know. I get to move the Immortal 1. Are they near? I guess I can just like push them up here away from the pools. And then Dusty can still use Neurorhythm to move one person 1. I like where he is. I mean, I still might want to ask about... No, I mean, I'm pretty sure when that was. Maybe let's move Meru here. I don't know. All right, the recruiter has moved again, so they're 3 away from here. And this Immortal's moving here, which means they're about to recruit with the pool, but that'll at least give us another card. So that's 6 recruits out of the 12 they need to win the game immediately. But the pool pass is gone. And now coffee shops is the next one, so we know that they're not going for coffee shops. And there were actually 2 coffee shops kind of along the path they're going, so that is useful to know. They've gotten 5 recruits. I'm still feeling like dogs maybe is one of them. All right, what should I do? Everyone's available again. I want to find out if they went this way or like this way. Those seem like the only realistic options. I could use Mara's Psychic Crosshairs, but then they literally have to be exactly within 2 orthogonally of her. Which, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8. I guess there's a chance that would reveal something. But I could just oh no, I can't ask about coffee because the people are there. I can ask about Tiki Tort. No, I can't ask about that. This Immortal is like messing up everything. Which makes me think maybe Bill Falls intimidates him or detects weakness to push him away from there. Because also coffee is one of the new things they can recruit at. And then I can move on there and ask about coffee. Because it seems like this guy's maybe trying to protect the coffee space. So sure, let's do that. So I'm going to detect weakness on this guy first and move him. I mean, I can't get him too far away, can I? And I'm going to move on to this coffee and ask about it. Oh, and this is a sometimes helpful answer. I think in this case, very helpful. They said that they have never seen the recruiter at a coffee shop, which lets me mark all of the coffee shops within, I don't think there's any other ones. They couldn't have reached either of the ones all the way up there. So I've marked all the coffee shops with an X and an 8 to remind me that they have never moved there at least through round 8, because that's where they currently are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, and now they can't 6, 7, 8, I guess, but that would be like a death sentence. So I feel like they're almost certainly up here. And gosh, they can't be there. 6, 7, 8, or 6, 7, 8, or 6, 7, 8. So man, what if I just like ran in there and tried to say that they're there? I don't know. There's also a thing I could like guess that they were on a book, but the immortal I just pushed onto a book, so I can't guess that. What about Buddhist monks? Because I already knew they were on that one, so if I guess that, they won't be able to say they went there. And the good thing about guessing this is that even if they aren't there, I would like lock out the possibility of them being there. So sure, let's move this guy onto the Buddhist monks. And hopefully they don't say that's where they are, because then they're probably there and I probably could have won the game by trying to capture them. Okay, I asked, and they said they have not been to a Buddhist monk either. Interesting. You know, looking at it now, maybe that wasn't actually a great guess, because I didn't narrow down in like really anything except that, and technically that, because we already knew they were there. But it does kind of mean, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I guess if they took the long path, they could be on the Buddha statue and then having to like move there or there. Or they could be like 6, 7, 8. Gosh, yeah, they kind of have to be on the Buddha statue or down here. I guess they could have gone 6, 7, 8 like that. Ooh, it says they used the mind slip they started with, and we know they never grabbed that one, so they don't have any more mind slips. And this guy moved in here. Is that going to get them another recruit? Ooh, and so they didn't get any new recruits in either of these moves. So where were they most likely with their mind slip? They could be... Now, I don't know if they have the diagonal mind slip or the orthogonal. The game doesn't tell you that. But again, I think they probably went like 5. So if they went 6, 7, 8, they could have like mind slipped to there. If they went 5, 6, 7, 8, they could have mind slipped there or there. I guess not diagonally in that case. If they went 5, 6, 7, 8, and they could be not there. They wouldn't want to go back there. So like, there's a lot of places they could, oh my gosh, they could have mind slipped from there to there. That would destroy me. I feel like maybe I should ask about another thing. They've gotten 5 recruits and then no more. I still don't know where they started. Oh, but I still feel like maybe dogs is what they're going for. Maybe they went 6, 7, 8. Or it could be those, like, I feel like dogs or pink things. Or maybe both. Let's see. If I come in and intimidate this guy, I would slow them. All right. Let's see what happens. I'm going to move in. I'm going to have her shake down this guy. I'm going to ask about dogs. Ooh, and it said they have. Yes. Okay. So good. So this is one of their 3. Awesome. It doesn't seem like the app counts that or checks that, but that's good. So they've gotten 5 so far. So 1 there, 2 there. Ooh, and it does mean that with their mind slip, probably 2 there, I should say. So 5, 6, 7, 8. And they can't go back to there. They couldn't mind slip. So they would either be like there or there with the mind slip. That would give them a second mind slip. So that seems to make sense. But, they randomly get one of the 2. But they didn't recruit anybody, which I guess doesn't tell me anything because the dog is up there. Oh, that's right. I get to push the immortal. I'm going to go on to dogs. All right, now it's up to Dusty. Okay, so I'm like 99% sure, 6, 7, 8, that they either went there or there. And there's no longer anybody on the little pools here. And we already know they went to that one, so if I guess about pools again, I should be able to narrow down whether they're there. So, okay, let's do that. You know what? I think I should just ask if they're there, because they couldn't, I'm pretty sure they couldn't have possibly gone there through their regular movement. And I don't really want to eliminate any of their other pools. I don't think they could have even gone to any of their pools. So let me just guess that they're there, try to capture them. If they're not, I'll still know that they didn't go that way. All right, so we're trying it out. You press forward and not so blindly descend in Like, what? What? Did I win? Entrap the recruiter! The rogue agents surround the recruiter and put an end to the nefarious deeds in the name of mind management. Next step, take down mind management for good. What? Dude, this is literally, I'm not kidding. Not only did I win, like, kind of quickly, but this is the first time I've won the dang game against the app on the full mode and not, like, the tutorial mode. So, yeah, before I reveal it, I want to see if I can guess. All right, so 2, Or no, I guess that was 2. So I'm gonna guess that they were going for dogs and pink things. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because they got that's right. Because they got 2 recruits on turn 6 and 7. 7, 8. Mind slip to there, and they didn't get anybody on that. See, I'm gonna guess that they had dogs and pink things, and they started here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 recruits. And then their 5th card is, I don't know, Tiki Heads. That's my guess. Ooh, that's right. You get shift packages. I'll show you what that looks like in a second. Magician, but okay, I was a little bit off. Wait, where'd they start? Oh, okay, they started up here. So I was, but besides that, did I get it 100%? I got it 100% right. That's great. Oh, they don't tell me what their things they were recruiting to. Come on, what were they recruiting with? All right, well, that doesn't tell me. So I'm not sure if my guesses there were right. I mean, I found out about the dogs. And I guess it can't be the pink things. Oh, never mind. It does show me. So they were going for dogs, buses, and what's the last one? And the little parrots. Okay, cool. But yeah, that was wild. Everybody got to see Mike's first victory. So let me show you how the little here they are. The shift packages. So every time you win, you unlock an optional one to use for mind management to make the game tougher. And every time you lose, oh wait, I unlocked one here. Oh, play the game to unlock. Okay, so I can't do that one yet, but I can do Magician. So yeah, so basically you get ones to help you and hurt you. Now in the competitive game, all of these have like their own little comic, and they unlock like new components and stuff. And it's a nice way to kind of give yourself a handicap. If I thought I was terrible at the game, maybe not this time. Now with the apps, some of them use the same physical components, but some of them are fully digital. Let's see what this one says. Recruiter is allowed to select Magician in addition to other recruiter cards. Requires components from physical shift package MM1. Let's see what that looks like. So here's the new person they could be, which just means that if I played with this, there would be 3 options that they could be instead of 2. So they move to a location in an orthogonal or diagonal straight line that shares any of the features in your current location, passing through anything. Oh my gosh. So like, let's just look at this. If they mind slipped from here, they could go diagonally to the farm here. I guess that would be the only one. Or they could go 3 up to that sign. So it seems like they don't have a ton of options, but they can move a lot farther than 3. Gosh, what a nightmare that would be. But again, these are all optional. You unlock them as you win and lose, but you don't have to use them. And again, I played the full game so many times and lost every time, y'all. I had on my phone, this is the app I downloaded on my wife's iPad. I had played that so many times and lost that I had all 4 of these unlocked. And I was playing games with all 4 of them turned on and still losing. So this was like just a Christmas miracle right here. So there you go. That was Mind Management for the solo co-op play. Co-op, by the way, is just dividing up the characters amongst yourselves. There's nothing more to it than that. But thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. I might do a review of this one eventually. But as you can probably tell, I enjoy it. And just the fact that I can play sort of the discovery side of a hidden movement game with solo co-op. I don't think any other game does that. I guess, what is it? Black Sonata, where you're tracking down the Dark Lady for Shakespeare. That one is like solo version of this. But this is like more of a true hidden movement game and allows co-op play too. So yep, this one's awesome. Might do a review. We'll see. But for now, hopefully the play was entertaining. Good gaming, everybody, and I'll see you at the next stop.